Yeah, take it Tooblack. We're back on the tribunal services, trying patience services. A magician's court can try nothing but your patience, alright? Don't be deceived. Alright, so I hope you can see that. So what you need from these magicians is proof of claim. Now the court is a court of record, it's not a court of record. It's a BS court, it's a kangaroo court of no record, run by crooks pretending to be conducting judicial processes. Right, here we go. So number 2, proof of claim that the courtroom is provided by the Lord Chancellor. I think they've changed the act. The one that we used 3 years ago, well, the Court Act is called something else now. Courts Tribunal and something Act. I don't think it's 2007, so that needs to be changed if you need to use a section. If they haven't repealed the Courts Act, that can still be valid, and the CPR is that one there. All right. And then 3 is pretty good. Proof of claim that the man or the woman purporting to be a judge, all right, or posing as a judge, will be with an effective oath of public office in good standing and up to date, and will also be bound by the Promercy Act of 1868 and Promercy Act of 1871. That's the oath that this coconuts take, or supposedly. All right? So we want to see proof of that. Where is it? Where is it? The point is, if they don't have these things, the proceeding is null and void. It's unlawful. Right? Number 4. Proof of claim that the cleric, that's a cleric who pretends to be a clerk, who pretends to be a legal advisor, and the man and or woman purporting to be a judge are both indemnified from public liability by the Lord Chancellor in accordance with the Courts Act, or that they both have proof of a bond that allows them to carry on with the summary process. Right? Officers are required by law to demonstrate individual bonding or individual bond before they can initiate a summary process. Now, when we ask these morons to demonstrate this, they have nothing, and yet they believe that they can carry on. I don't think so. Grow up, monkey man. Get off my back. All right? Find something to do with your life, you fool. Get off my back. That's how you do the monkey man. He's got no proof of anything, right? So as long as he has no proof that the court is a court of record, you cannot try a living man. That's number 1. If the courtroom is not provided by the Lord Chancellor, it's not lawful. It's not convened by law, right? You don't need to take part in it. If they cannot produce any oaths under this Promissory Act, that these clowns are going to act without bias, you don't need to take part in it. Number 4, if the cleric and the man or woman pretending or posing to be a judge, if they're not indemnified by the Lord Chancellor, you don't want to be part of these proceedings, because the Lord Chancellor will not accept liability and you cannot sue these people. Alright? Who else we got here? Oh, traffic services. So somebody wants to serve you some traffic. I have something about traffic here. Put it down. I hope I didn't throw it away. Right. It says, okay. I don't know about it, but it reads, somebody sent me this one. Road Traffic Act, I can't remember the year, but Road Traffic Act applies exclusively upon a person conducting commerce on the public highways. Okay? So whoever is conducting commerce on the public highways, this is to do with you. Alright? The Road Traffic Act applies on you. Applies on a person conducting commerce on the public highways. Okay, now when you're conducting your commerce on your public highways, and then, oh, this is to do with traffic. Okay, take note that blah blah blah. Okay, so this is to do with Article 6, right to fair hearing. And anyone who's interested is going to go into Article 6.1 up to 6.3. Those are pretty good. So you have a right to fair hearing. So this is to do with, I believe it's to do with a PNC or something like that. PNC would be a, what would it be? Something penalty notice charge, or penal or penalty notice charge to do with parking of some sort. Something like that. But a PNC is not a complaint, it's a notice. So a notice is not a cause. In any case, there you go. That's what you use when you receive something called a PNC. I've never received one, but if you come across one, that's what we're using 3 years ago. I got a motion as well. Chances are, if you're not an officer of the court, they're going to ignore it, as usual. They won't be able to see it. But it's always good to file it, because you're going to use that for your judicial review. In any case, at the end of every hearing, in a county court or magician's court, let them know that you're going to appeal on grounds that they have no jurisdiction to do what they've done. Right? Because if they did, they would have given you the documents you asked with to begin with. Bogus, 0. So that's what you use for a motion to dismiss. What else do we have? We have templates for alleged debts. Oh, this is to do with blah blah blah. Oh yeah, there's a BANDULU land tax as a debt. So there's a BANDULU land tax that somehow became a debt, and now someone was being pursued by legal action in court. We'll take you to court because we didn't collect any tax, and now we changed the tax into a debt, and now we want to waste your time with an alleged debt. So that's how you do it. If they bring you an alleged debt, this is to do with taxes. Refusal for cause, we have that. Refusal for cause works this way. In commerce, when you receive an instrument, you have 3 days to respond. Accept it. You remain in honor. You're going to win your court cases. You condition to accept this. You remain in honor. You're going to win your court cases. You argue or ignore it. That's dishonor. You're going to lose. So what you do with refusal for cause is, when you receive the instrument initially, what you do is you make a copy of it. All right? And you're going to attach to a letter of conditional acceptance. So you're going to say to them, yes, I agree, I'm going to pay you this stuff if you can show me your paperwork. And when they fail to do that, then you return the original with a letter of refusal for cause, and you explain that I'm returning this because you never answered my questions, and right now I believe you've abandoned your claim, and goodbye. Thank you very much. God bless. F off. Okay, that's refusal for cause. We also had a notice of assertion in abatement that looked like that. Let them know that there's no such corporation that they're looking for at your location, and you're not going to be dealing with their BS. Another one is this one, another refuse for cause. And another refuse for cause. So there's 3 there for various different claims or circumstances. But the custom in commerce is to accept conditionally all instruments that you receive, at least for 72 hours anyway, with the intent that you're going to remain honorable and you're going to honor the instrument upon proof of the claims. Okay. So what else? Oh, this is a good one. This is for somebody pretending to be a solicitor. There's so much of it. But if you ever in a position where you are to instruct a solicitor, some of the good questions you can give our friends are these. I hope you can see from there. I can go closer and just move it. Nope. Sorry. That's the one. Yeah. Yeah, so that's most of the stuff you're going to deal with a solicitor with. And with those 10 points, I think he yeah, anyway, give it a try. So choose whichever points you think are relevant to your case, and then give those instructions to your lawyer, your solicitor, and see what happens. See if he or she is working in your best interest. This is a case law that you can use to void the void orders. But these are online anyway, so anyone can get. These are old. They've been there for a while. That's why we encourage people to get away from this legal fiction world and don't give it any more energy. So you need to stop seeing evil, and you need to go back to the language, which is the English language. This is legalese. Okay, so the language is the language of art, and the language of poetry, because every word has got its own interpretation. And we can talk words all day long. So that's the trick. Well, that's BANDULU business. So I hope that is useful, and you'll be able to do something with it. There's enough templates there to deal with some of the fakeness. But yeah, I think it's getting easier for everyone now. Everyone's waking up and starting to realize what the con is and how it's being done, and how to avoid being a victim of a simulated legal process under color of law, okay, and under color of title, the presumption of law, all right? So you want to go back to the law, the presumption of it, and we want to go bring back the law, okay, and not the presumption of it or the color of it. The first thing you do is you get the money changers out of the temple, all right? They've started running anyway, all right? So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Take your Tooblack. See Tooblack in it. So that's your BANDULU business, all right? If you need a hard copy, we'll get one down to you. Alright? So Tooblack, say Tooblack in it. You don't like it, you know what to do. Yeah.